Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in to my first episode of Celebrity Fanta. Now let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about super couples. Now, if you're not familiar with super couples, that's because you've been under a rock. There are some super couples who are still dominating this day, like Jay-Z and Beyonce. There's some super couples who dominated back in the day, like Brad and Angelina, or in this case, who we're talking about today, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Yes, that may be confusing for some of you who are younger than me. Yes, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were a thing, so let me catch you up. In 2002, Jennifer Lopez was married to her second husband, the first being only a footnote in her life. She was set to do a movie with Ben Affleck called Giggle. So Giggle, there was supposed to be like a really big spy movie or whatever, but it did flop because of their chemistry on screen was not as sexy, powerful as their chemistry off screen. So off screen, they were getting these rumors of, like they're being flirty or whatever. So a couple months after production of Giggle, Jennifer Lopez files for divorce from her second husband. Now, a couple months later, after she files for divorce, she goes and she is seen with Ben Affleck out around town, looking like they're dating. So they start to set off the paparazzi. For a good 3 weeks, they're just, sightseeing, or they were the sights to be seen. And they were, just Ben and Jen, Bennifer. They say during the press tour for their movie Giggle, they were not as fiery as before. Because of the fact they had to promote a bad movie, it kind of caused a little bit of tension in their relationship. Late 2002, like in November, Ben and Jen get engaged. And Ben proposes to Jennifer Lopez with a 6-carat pink diamond ring. She says it was a very, very beautiful proposal and very traditional. It was not a public proposal for anyone to see. She went on to Diane Sawyer's talk show to promote to announce their proposal. In 2003, America is obsessed with Bennifer. During this time, they were planning their wedding, but they had to postpone the wedding due to the literally crazed paparazzi. They didn't feel like it was either safe or sacred to get married in that environment. So they did postpone the wedding. They didn't break up, but the cracks in the relationship did start to show. And by 2004, they were officially separated. They were no longer going to get married. Yeah, it really did hurt for a lot of people. It really did hurt. Anyway, they officially called it quits in 2004, but they remained friends. The people closest to them said that they were actually very much in love. And they really wanted everything to work out, but because of the attention and the constant hounding of the paparazzi and the tabloids, they just couldn't get over the fact that they were in the public eye and the fact that they had two different courses for their relationship. Jennifer Lopez was trying to go way up there, and then Ben Affleck was just basically coming around here. So they were in different places in their careers, and they were too much into the public eye. It just didn't work out for them. In 2004, Jennifer wasted no time at all and hooked up with Mark Anthony. And they had, first of all, let me tell you, I was not even a Spanish speaker. I'm not a Spanish speaker. I was not in Spanish music at all, except maybe a couple like Gasolina was the only Spanish song I've heard at this point, and I knew who Mark Anthony was. I didn't know his music, but I knew who he was. So I know that her being with him was actually a big deal. And her being with him on stage was actually kind of moving. Like, Their chemistry on stage was, I've never seen like that, anything like that in my life. Marc Anthony and Jennifer Lopez on stage together was really quite the thing to see. Back on track, Jennifer and Marc got married and Jennifer had his babies. They are twins named Max and Emmy. She was married to Marc for 10 years before their divorce was finalized in 2014. They were actually separated or going through divorce for a couple years before their divorce was actually finalized. She later said that they are still very close and they're great parents and they're great performers and their magic is on stage, and so they were going to keep it at that. After she divorces Marc Anthony, she starts being seen with one of her dancers named Casper Smart. Okay, if you're like me, we were like, what? Like, what is going on? I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that didn't look right. I'm sorry. It didn't look right. I don't know what it was, or is it because he was so bald? I don't know, but it just didn't look right to me. Her dating Casper Smart was not it for me, but she did. She dated him for about 3 years and they actually got engaged. According to her, Casper Smart was someone who was there for her when she needed someone to be there for her while she was going through her divorce with Marc Anthony. According to Casper Smart, J-Lo was someone he flirted with and suddenly they were together. That sounds like a rebound to me, but I don't know, whatever. After she's single from Casper Smart, she's seen with Drake on the gram, on Twitter. She's very public with her affection for Drake, but it turned out to be just a couple weeks of flirtation and maybe attention grabbing because each of them are way too private to be putting their relationship on the gram, except if you're A-Rod. A-Rod and Jen were very public for a while. They dated for 2 years and then they got engaged. I'm not sure how long they stayed engaged, but I do know that they entered several businesses and foundations together before they ultimately decided to end their engagement, citing the fact that they were better as friends and they were just going to keep working together and being friends. As you can see, Jen likes to keep her exes close because Ben was texting her and sending her little messages, subliminals, I guess you would say, because he was talking about her in the media, saying how much she deserved this and how much she did that and how hard she works and how much he cared about her and how people were so mean to her and when they were dating, and he just been talking about her. And the fact that he was also sending her messages like how beautiful she looked. It was not long before, actually it was very, very short after she broke up with A-Rod, she was actually calling Ben, or maybe Ben called her, I don't know, but Ben was seen getting into her white SUV going to her mansion for a couple weeks or until we saw them in Montana together. They were seen in Montana at Ben's vacation home that he had with his ex-wife, Jennifer Gardner, and their 3 kids. He took Jennifer Lopez there for a little countryside getaway. They came back to LA a couple days later and they went back to Jennifer Lopez's mansion again. So they're hanging out at her house. Then he's like, okay, maybe we're getting too much attention. There's too many people around here. They go out to Montana and then they're like, okay, here we go again. It's too many paparazzis over here. We go back. So far, they have not taken any more trips together, but I think, look, if you guys love each other, you want to be together, take the world by storm. Now we're ready. We are ready for Bennifer. Don't be afraid of the tabloids. It's not going to go anywhere. You know that. After 20 years, you guys know they're not going to go anywhere. So just be together so we can all be happy as a world together. Do you want to bring world peace or not? And if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe because there has been another celebrity super couple from the past who has come back recently to resurface, and we need to go over it. We need to go back so we won't be confused when they're coming out in Alaska or somewhere. I don't know. Montana was so random. Okay, now we're ready to play a trivia game with my friend Rakaya. For those of you who wants to follow her, you can find her at
KNIGHTTSKY.
Okay, great. Now let's get into these questions. So, question number 1. What was Ben's first superhero role?
You're not going to give me the options?
Oh! A, The Flash, or B, Batman, or C, Daredevil?
C,
Yes.
Daredevil.
Yes, it is Daredevil was his first superhero role. Okay, and
it was a bad movie, in my opinion. Do you feel like that's the movie that made them like fall in love, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like Brad Pitt and Angelina?
that is a huge possibility because, you know what? I do think they could have had that, off-screen bonding that we didn't see to make them, kind of, I don't know, feel more coupley. I don't know. I know it.
I agree. I do remember at the end credits where Stan Lee was talking about how Daredevil was originally going to be yellow, and it's like, what? Yellow?
Yeah.
It looks, and it wouldn't. I feel like that wouldn't have made sense if it was yellow, especially if Devil per se is associated with the color red.
That's true. Yeah. What movie did J-Lo play a battered woman? Is it A, Girls Trip, B, Enough, or C, Selena?
I haven't seen any of those movies, so
The correct?
I want to say Selena.
No. The correct answer is definitely not Selena. Selena was her breakout
so
movie.
Girls Trip, is that what you said?
No, Girls Trip was not it either. The correct answer is Enough.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, seeing as the title is Enough.
Enough,
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I should have just used my context clues on that one.
Yes, but you didn't. So next question. Where is the block that Jenny is from? Is it A, Crenshaw, B, Southside Bronx, or C, Tallahassee?
What are the first two options?
A is Crenshaw, that's California. B, Southside Bronx, that's New York area. And C, Tallahassee, that's Florida.
In Tennessee. Oh, in Florida? Why did I say Tennessee?
It's okay.
I'm gonna say the Bronx because nobody ever reps any other place like that.
That's true.
You're from the Bronx. That's what everyone reps. Okay?
No, actually, a lot of people rep Crenshaw. There's a lot of rappers come from Crenshaw. Tallahassee, I don't know who. Nobody comes from Tallahassee.
Exactly.
Thanks again, Rakaya, for tuning in to my first episode of Celebrity Fanta. Everyone who subscribes will be entered into the drawing to win this Hunter x Hunter mug. Thanks to Rakaya. Thank you. I'm definitely going to link Rakaya's information. If you want to follow her, don't forget to check the description box. Her info will be down there. Don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more, and click the bell so you will never miss a new video. Thanks again, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.